I've tried to shoot this intro about 3 times and I can't look at my hair any longer because it's so gross. So we're gonna record like this. So hi, welcome back to the trash that is my channel. Yay. I know I look like I'm dead, but no, I am in fact alive. But my God, did the devil try to take me? I'm hoping from here on out to be back to regular programming, except that regular programming is immediately gonna just collapse within itself as soon as December comes around because I am doing Vlogmas, which I honestly didn't want to do. I'm, if you can tell, a little exhausted and I'm, long story short, because this is not what this video is about, trying to like reorganize my life and existence and just overall stature. So yeah, sorry about the awful lighting. I'm as close to this window as I can be. It gets dark so freaking fast now. So I'm doing Vlogmas. I'm excited. I love Vlogmas. I just also hate Vlogmas because it gets me sick every year and kind of makes me want to die. But I've decided our middle ground because a lot of you actually were already commenting like months ago about how excited you were for Vlogmas, and I was like, I cannot break these hearts. I do it enough daily, boys. So I am doing it. It's just like our middle ground. I'm going to upload 25 pieces of content in the month of December. It might not always be a vlog. I'm probably gonna vlog every day, so like you'll see all the days. It's just that some days it won't be a vlog, it'll be like a pre-made video or something, if that makes sense. Then it just kind of gives me a couple days to like actually spend time with my family. Like that's kind of part of the problem is like I get home and then I'm like, oh great, like I only have so many hours to see like friends and family that I literally don't get to see the rest of the year, and I'm downstairs editing for an hour and a half. That's where we're meeting in the middle. It'll be more towards the end of the month when I'm with my family, is you'll still get a piece of content. It just might not always be a vlog. So yeah, there you go. There you have it, kids. Who am I? What are we saying? What is this actual video about? Oh God, hi, if you're new here, sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, I moved. So in the last video you saw, there was probably better lighting. I hope there was better lighting, but it was also a lot yellower and dirtier. Wow, Thor, this is gonna be your new home. You seem very interested.
Cats live here? It smells like cats live here.
Yeah, we're gonna clean the crap out of it on Monday, Thor. Ooh, straight for the balcony. Yeah? Do you like it out here? He's like, where are the cushions? Yeah, I should have brought you something to lay on.
We got you. Yeah.
Don't put him on the cat tree. Leave him alone.
Go to your doghouse. Go to the doghouse. Go to the doghouse.
We're cleaning.
Masking, cleaning, taping.
Yeah.
Smelling the carpet, some of us anyways.
So because we had 30 days to move in, I had the naive thought that, hey, maybe this like won't suck our souls out. So we're finally gonna go over and start cleaning the apartment. I'm hoping to, just so it doesn't completely take over our lives and to kind of take advantage of the fact that we have 30 days to move in, we could just do like an hour or 2 each day for like a week and then get the place clean and then get it painted. That didn't happen. So I'm just throwing every cleaning product I have in here, which I know I'm just gonna end up having to bring back over here so that I can clean this apartment, but whatever. I'm also gonna bring some dinner that we can heat up in a microwave and toilet paper. It's very important and a lot of people forget, and then you get there and you just gotta free shake, my friends. So before Ira and I had even just found this place, when we were just talking about moving out together, Miranda was actually like, hey, if you move out, I might be interested in your apartment. And I was like, oh my God, you totally should, because it is a great place. It's affordable, and by affordable, I mean not at all reasonable, but like the cheapest rent for quality one could find. And I was like, yeah, that would be great. And like, at least you would know it's relatively clean and I could leave you shelves. We were like, great, this is gonna work out, except that she couldn't get out of her lease until basically like after Thanksgiving. How my lease works is I was on a month-to-month lease, and when I moved in on the 13th of January. That was my start date. There's literally a whole vlog about it. And when I moved in, I paid for a full month's rent, and so every month since then, I was like, I'm not really, because like usually places like your rent is just due by the end of the month, by the 1st. So I was like, I'm just gonna make sure that my rent gets in before the end of the month, like by the 1st, but I'm pretty sure I actually have like more time. So about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now ago, my landlord calls me and is like, hey, your rent is late. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, I saw it come out, like, it came out like 3 days ago. Like, I don't know, it came out a while ago. And he was like, no, I never received it. And like, when this happened, like my heart like fell through my tiny body. I didn't say this to the man, but I was like, sir, what kind of a life do you think I'm living? I don't have that much money in my bank account. Like, I know when $1,000 comes out of it, okay? So I tell him like, okay, like, I'm sorry if it didn't, but like, I'll check and I'll definitely get it to you today if it doesn't, but I'm also like, I don't have that money, where is it? So I look it up and he definitely took the money out and I was fully in the right. But also, my landlord's a little bit older and I was like, okay, whatever, as long as you have it, like, no harm, no foul, I don't care. I call him back and he's immediately like, yeah, sorry, I just saw that, my bad. I was like, that's fine. So anyway, back to the future. I wasn't able to talk to my landlord about me moving and also about Miranda wanting to move in because he was on vacation. So I left him a voicemail, and during this time he had a different guy kind of taking over for him and doing his work. I come home after just being exhausted. Like, all this crap is going on. We're doing all these things. This is a couple weeks into it. This is like 2 weeks into this moving process. To an eviction notice. As someone who has paid her rent early every single month and is quiet and is a very laid back human being. So I called the man who was taking over, like the second in command, if you will, and he was like, yeah, like, we don't have your rent. Like, there was no warning, there was no nothing. That man went straight from 0 to 100. So I was like, well, you know, here's the thing is, like, it did come out. Like, I have it on my phone again. Like, I think what the problem was, and I talked to later like a girl in my building, and she was like, oh yeah, I always pay my rent late. I think everybody else paid their rent late and I was the one paying it early. So I think that he kept getting it screwed up because he thought it was like really, really late, when it was like, no, it's just really like, no. I don't know, he didn't make a note of it, so the guy like didn't know otherwise, and I told him, I was like, no, he did this to me last month, but like, I can see in my bank account, like, I can send you a picture if you want, that he took the money out, it's gone, you have it. And he was like, okay, no problem, like, I'll just talk to Larry about it. But while the guy was on the phone, I was like, let me bring up the fact of Miranda maybe moving in, that would be a good idea, and also just like confirming, like, hey, I know I left you a voicemail about my 30-day notice, but I just wanted to confirm. So I remind him and I'm like, yeah, I'll be out by the 13th. And the guy who, like, I know, like, I've met him before, he's a nice man, it's fine. But I was also like, you have nothing to do with this, why are you talking to me? He was like, yeah, but shouldn't you be out by the 1st? Because that's usually when people are out. And I was like, yeah, that would make sense, except that my lease started on the 13th. And he was like, yeah, but most people are still out. And I was like, not if I paid a full month's rent. I was like, you know, if he, and he was like, well, didn't he prorate you? And I was like, no, because if he had prorated me, that would make sense, that it would be on the 1st, but he didn't. I paid a full month's rent. So I've paid till the 13th. Again, he doesn't have anything to do with this. I'm like, you know, and like, he's just, basically, I was just like, okay, I'll just talk to Larry when he's back. We'll get it figured out. Thank you, goodbye. The guy saying that kind of gave me an idea. Unfortunately, he also mentioned that he was like, I don't think my landlord would be willing to wait because Miranda couldn't get out till Thanksgiving. So basically, like, that never ends up happening in this story. It's sad, but true. So yeah, spoiler alert, that doesn't end up happening. Sorry, Miranda, but I'm sure she'll find a wonderful newer place once her lease is up, and now we're not in a rush, yay! Anyway, do you like it was a we thing? Yeah. Because that guy mentioned getting out on the 1st, I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, if he wants me out by the 1st, like, if he's cool with that and is willing to make up the difference in price for those 13 days that I would have already paid for, that works for me. Like, I don't have a place to put all this crap. I'm gonna have to get out sooner or later. So by the time that my landlord is finally back, he's like, oh yeah, that's no problem. So I saved like $400, which is cute. So yeah, that was the bright side, and that's one of my very long stories. I hope you're also drinking something, because we're gonna be here for a minute, kids. So after like just a week of us working all day, me going to the gym, and then us just coming over here and continuing to clean this place, and just like 14-hour days from hell, finally get to a point where we're relatively ready to paint. You ready to teach me your spackling, right?
Oh, I'm ready. Deal? We're just basically going to take a little tiny bit. We're talking about like pinholes, right? Put that on there, and you kind of try to get it in the hole as much as you can for the best possible sexual innuendo, and then you kind of cover it. And that stuff's okay because we're gonna sand it down Whoa, whoa.
You're the best hole filler I know.
I really am.
Takes a spackle touch. When have you ever seen a video shot this way? So on Saturday, we got everything taped and painted. Erin's been taking out all the outlets while I eat half the sandwich that she bought. Thanks. So I forgot to bring my painting pants, so I didn't have pants on for a while, so I couldn't film. But point is, Ira's gone and Miranda's here.
You had to get an apartment with high ceilings.
On my way to the paint store for the 5th time. 5 gallons of paint later. We have 1 coat done, mostly. We still have to do the bathroom, but we're doing it in a different, oh god, almost died, color than, well, not like a different color, but just different paint so that the water doesn't screw it up. And we need to finish the kitchen. Ira's sick. I'm sorry.
I'm sick.
But
I'm sorry too.
You look so good though.
I really do.
I kind of
Shaved and
I kind of like when you get all
week.
Scraggly.
Haven't had a shower in like since yesterday.
Turn me right on. We finished 1 room.
1, dos, or not dos.
We're gonna die here.
I
Wow.
am feeling like I've had Dayquil, Sudafed, and coffee, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Nice. So last night I was like, I think I'm gonna die if I don't relax for just 1 second. And by 1 second, I mean I played video games for 3 hours and then passed out. It took us 3 days and 12 gallons of paint to paint in here. That is not including the bathroom or 1 accent wall in the bedroom. That is strictly 12 gallons of paint. Hello. There's so much. We finally did it, except for the bathroom. But everything other than the bathroom's done. I am not exaggerating when I say we spent, at the end of the day, probably about I think we ended up spending like $480 on paint and painting supplies. Would have spent though almost $1,000 in paint, because on that weekend that we decided to paint Sherwin-Williams, we didn't know, we just went in there, sorry, we go into Sherwin-Williams and they're having a 40% off sale, and we were like, cool, this is a very nice time to do that, not really realizing how much paint we were gonna need. I probably went to Sherwin-Williams, I went to 4 different Sherwin-Williams because we kept buying out all of their paint in the color that we chose. 40% off, and we still spent almost $500. And I was like, what if we had spent $1,000 in paint? So yeah, thank you Sherwin-Williams. Thank you, universe. It's all cool. So yeah, we finally get the place painted, and it was really nice to be able to do that without having to move all of our stuff in. So again, this 30-day grace period was cute. So we keep coming in here and trying to move like smaller things and kind of get things organized, like the kitchen and stuff, over the next week. But then the second weekend of us having the keys, it was actually finally moving day. Hi, looking great as always in this excellent lighting. As always, it's moving day. Oh, it's gonna be a long day. That started very early. Yeah, I haven't really been able to vlog a whole ton. I apologize, but also it's just like so rushed and trying to get everything done. And usually at these times it's like, well, I can vlog while somebody drives, because that's like a time that I have available, but I'm doing all the driving, so I haven't had that either. But fortunately, Keith is gonna drive the moving truck. God bless Keith. I was like, please don't make me drive this, please don't make me drive this. It's not actually a truck, it's just a van. So I was like, if I have to, I will, but I really don't want to. Anyway, so we got up at the crack of dawn. I had to record with Tiffany like the last bit of our podcast for the Patreon people. So thanks everybody on the Patreon. I got up at 6:30 to get that done for you. So hopefully you enjoyed it, but that's up. I got the podcast edited yesterday, but we couldn't find a time to like get the thing recorded. So anyway, it's all done, it's all fine. But then I had to like run around, dump all this stuff out of my car because I'm cat sitting for Aaron right now, which kind of works out. Of all the times to cat sit, this is kind of a convenient time because at least we know I have like a bed to go back to and a shower with towels, you know, like I have a place, like a kitchen with stuff in it, versus in the middle of moving just being like, oh God, where are the plates? It's just so much stuff going on. And I had a 7 o'clock haircut this morning because he has an interview tomorrow, and it's just like random crap that I'm like, why are we doing this when we're in the middle of moving? But also it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So Thor is with Miranda right now. She was going to help us move and then sprained her ankle yesterday. So it looks a lot better today and she was able to walk on it. So she's feeling better. And she was like, I'm really sorry I can't help you move. I feel bad. And I was like, no, it's fine. Actually, if you wouldn't mind just watching Thor all day, that would be helpful, because I was going to leave him at Aaron's. But I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to go back in the middle of the day to let him out. And Aaron lives on the other side of town, and it's just like a hassle. So it works out. It's great because Miranda lives like 3 blocks away. So Ira is grabbing tools right now because we went to my apartment to break down my bed and then realized I moved all the tools. This is why on my blog I wrote a list of things that you should keep, and you should keep it all in a bag or a box and just take that with you. This is why. This very reason is why I wrote that. Oh, speak of the devil. Here he is.
Well, hello, upside down camera people.
And moving day honestly went a lot smoother than it really could have. How's moving day? Fortunately, Keith and Hannah were willing to help us and be wonderful people. Thanks for helping. When we were moving Ira's stuff, literally it would stop raining if we were inside and then start raining as soon as we tried to move anything. It hailed at one point.
There was hail. It was intense.
Oh. We only have 2 more things that couldn't fit in the van. Keith and Hannah are getting them. We're considering just sitting and waiting.
Those aren't even the right cushions you put on.
I didn't care, I just wanted to sit down.
So that's my chair now.
Whatever, you'll be fine. And we only screwed up one thing just a little bit, so I felt like that was a pretty good day. So we celebrated with some very classy Red Robin. So Monday and Tuesday I actually ended up having to take off of work because I was like, we're never gonna get this done otherwise, like we're gonna be here for the rest of our lives. There was just so much stuff. I mean, there still is so much stuff everywhere, but there was a lot more stuff everywhere. Okay, hi, it's now the next day. So we still have a disaster of an apartment, but I took today off work and Ira fortunately has a day off except for when he needs his freaking interview. So we are in a slight hurry. We went to Home Depot this morning and got a carpet cleaner. So I've set Thor up on his couch, so he is not super stressed. And I just need to get everything off of this current carpet so that we can vacuum this and scrub it, because then I need to return the carpet cleaner so that I can come back before the plumber gets here, because the time for the plumber is 12 to 2 and Ira has to go to his interview at 1. So that's the plan. Go team. I needed a minute, so I went to Taco Bell. Ira, God bless his soul, I know he didn't do it intentionally, but he vacuums he cleans the entire carpet wrong. And then has to go, so I get to redo it correctly and have to redo the carpet and myself. And then go return it while he is at an interview. So my point is, I'm getting Taco Bell, Thor's getting Taco Bell, and he's not. Ira brought 19 pairs of new shorts into our home. Of shorts.
Of collector's items.
Of shorts I've seen him wear once. One pair, once.
These are all authentic NBA shorts. These are Spurs shorts that they never wore because this uniform never got the go-ahead. So these are authentic Spurs shorts that never even made it to the Spurs players.
So sounds like they're trash. Yeah, Ira has so much useless stuff that he has brought into our home that I'm considering doing a video showing you all the useless stuff my boyfriend has brought into our home. So if you want that, let me know. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I love what you've done with the place. Dog, very expensive. Ooh, I'm gonna sit down on my second couch because I am the classiest lady there ever was. Thor, would you care to join me on this half of the house? I'm so tired if you could not tell. So I'm hoping today I went to work for a couple hours. I can clock in 3 hours today. Like I said, I ended up having to cat sit. So I was cleaning up at Erin's and like making sure her cats were taken care of before I left. And then they ended up coming home, so I ended up talking to them for a little bit. So my point is I made dinner. I also went to Costco. My goal for today is to get the bed set up. Last night we're at my apartment finishing the bed because when we went to break down the bed, we were missing a piece, not like a piece, but like a hex tool, like a big one. And so we were like, crap, we're gonna have to go to IKEA to get this because we were trying to use just like a screwdriver, but Ira was like, I'm just gonna end up stripping this and then we're not gonna be able to ever put it back together. So we got the tool on Sunday night after we moved and everything. He's like, I don't think that we can get this headboard broken down without, and again, it'll never go back together because thanks IKEA. So we try and put it in my car and it's like 2 inches too big. And we put it back in the house and I'm like, I have no idea how we're gonna get this there. Like the only person that I know that has a car big enough here that will fit this is my boss, and I know that she would let me use it, but I'm also like, I'm not asking her that. I'm not dealing with this. So I order an Uber extra large when the guy gets here, and it's like a Honda, because Ira was like, well, what if it's a really nice car and they don't want it scratched? And I was like, well, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I don't know what else to do at this point. So order the Uber, and when he gets there, I was like, whatever, I'm a very charming, good karma'd up person. Like I do kind things all the time, it'll be okay. Fortunately, he was really nice and he did let us put it in his car. So we had to put all the seats down in his giant Honda. And he was like, so are you both? Because I think he was a little bit afraid that we were both trying to get a ride. And I was like, oh no, just Ira, because I'm not kidding you. There was no place to sit because we had to put everything down to get the headboard in. It was like an $8 trip. It's not like it's super far. So him and Ira brought that over, and then I just followed in my car with Thor. Then we got here, we got it out, so I gave him a 5-star review and a 100% tip. So everybody wins, what I figure. Sorry I'm stuttering, I'm very tired, but I'm gonna try and get the bed set up so that we can be people and sleep in our own house. I have to get up super early tomorrow to help my boss's nieces get ready for Halloween. So I literally have to be at their house at 6:30. So yeah, I also have to finish getting everything out of my apartment today. That's my other goal, is if I can just get everything out of there, then tomorrow all I have to do is clean it. And I also have to read this entire book for book club by tomorrow. I should probably stop talking to you is my point and start working. I wish my coffee maker was here, but it's still in my old apartment. So the plumber came and fixed this issue for now, but I'm still stuck with this. So fortunately, I had some contact paper that I've been using as a background for my pictures, so I think I'm just gonna lay this down here so we don't have to look or think about it, because there's nothing really else that you can do. Like I asked him, I was like, so should I paint it? But he's like, no, just put some contact paper down. And I was like, cool, that I can do. Done. You're doing a great job. Anyway, so we're now kind of in this stupid limbo of like living at Erin's to cat sit, but also most of our stuff is here, but also there's still a good chunk of my stuff in my old apartment, and it is just awful. Oh, look at my sad, empty, cute little apartment with my stupid tiny fridge. Mix match tile, whack floor that's never truly clean. Oh my god. Silly little closets. I added that shelf. You're welcome, future person that lives here. Oh my land. Oh my land. I put back the stupid shower head. I'm also leaving the spice rack and contact paper and this shelf, and it's a good shelf with the hooks. I think that's all. Ira doesn't care about my sadness.
I care.
sad sadness?
Doesn't care about my sad sadness. This was my first little apartment all by myself with no roommate or people or anything.
No people.
And then my neighbors kept coming over to say goodbye and it was very sad.
It was.
It was so sad. They were like, oh, you're leaving? And I was like, yes, I am. Oh my god. Goodbye, little king.
Blurry Lauren. Maybe our faces are just blurry. Have you ever thought about that?
Isn't
What
that
if your
sad?
face is... Oh, okay. I'm sorry, we're sad.
I know your apartment's sad, but mine was kind of cute. The end of an era that is wood paneling.
We'll get you more wood paneling in the future.
Bye, little apartment. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, my little apartment. Actually, it's funny because like I have zero regret on moving out. I have not once wanted to go back to my old apartment. It's just that any time that I was, and I felt like that since we started moving. I'm definitely happy we're here. I'm happy this is all going on. It's like good all around, but every time that I would go back, I'd just be like, so we've made it. This is actually not the first night that we've slept here. This is the second night, but this feels like the first day I've felt like a person in who knows how long. It don't look like it, but I feel like it, and that's what matters. Our house is still a disaster, but other than like the decoration things, I feel like it's a lot less of a disaster. This is all stuff that like, that's all just dirty laundry, but I am doing laundry now, so we'll be okay. These are just things that I need to either give to Goodwill or to like Aaron's house to store. This little pile I haven't dealt with. All this crap is again, same thing. I need to either sell, give Goodwill, store, whatever. This I haven't dealt with even a little bit. But yeah, we're making moves. My official sign that we were in was, I like a specific set of slippers. They're stupidly expensive, but they are the best slipper for my foot. So my old ones were getting really nasty, and I was like, the problem is I don't want to get new ones until I move out of here, because really these floors gross me out, and I just, like, I don't want to just like ruin my new slippers that I'm gonna have for years on these freaking floors. But I was also so cold that I was like, I'm cracking on getting these slippers. So my mom actually bought them for me for my birthday, and I got them like just a couple days before we toured this place. So actually I got them perfectly in time for my new place, which just worked out so well, which is a stupid thing, but also whatever. So yeah, now I'm officially in my home. I'm officially in. I hope that you enjoyed. Go enjoy a tasty beverage, put on some slippers, and have a nice day. Bye, thank you for watching.
Consider this an invitation to my gangster name.